have you all here on our channel. It is expected that you will watch the videos in their entirety and give comments at the end of each video. You can find other videos we have prepared in the description. Located 6 kilometers north of Roscrea Island, Leap Castle is a partly destroyed castle. Legend has it that this castle is one of the most haunted in the world, and the tales of its spectral inhabitants go back generations. Legend has it that the hauntings of the castle stem from the fact that it was the site of the imprisonment and execution of many individuals. It is said that one of the castle's most scary inhabitants goes by such name. Having a face that is slowly rotting away, it is a diminutive being about the size of a sheep. Legend has it that the scent of rotting flesh and sulfur are there whenever it makes an appearance. In addition, there is the elemental. It is often assumed that elements tend to congregate in rural areas, often forming strong attachments to certain locations. In the priest's house, one can also observe shadows moving around. After the fire in 1922, the priest's house remained a mere ruin. At the top of the steps, a stocky guy is seen dragging a large barrel up, which then slides down before he and the barrel vanish. It was fashionable at the time for Mildred Darby to dabble in the occult, so she did so when the castle was handed to the Darbys. Many people think that the elemental spirits were awakened because Mildred dabbled in the occult. In fact, Mildred Darby documented her terrifying experience in a 1909 article. As she stood in the museum, she felt a touch on her shoulder. Upon closer inspection, she saw a monstrous, gaunt-faced being comparable in size to the sheep. It has the stench of a decaying corpse and features dark holes that serve as eyes. Up until 1922, the Darbys lived at the castle. A second room with a murder hole in it is the Muckle Hole Room. Supposedly, the brother-in-law stabbed the guy to death, and his blood is visible on the room's floor. The brothers fought about who would possess the castle. Many individuals have also met the Red Lady. The Red Lady is said to be the spectre of a lady who was abducted and sexually assaulted by the O'Carrolls, according to legend. The rape was the direct cause of her pregnancy. She committed herself when the O'Carrolls murdered her child. Some have reported seeing the Red Lady brandishing a knife as if threatening to attack someone. There have been reports of two little girls playing at Leap Castle. They are often seen going up and down the stairs and playing in the hall by castle visitors. The names of the two are Emily and Charlotte. When 11-year-old Emily fell from the battlements, she died. Her spectre has been observed by many descending from the castle, then vanishing before striking the earth. It has come to light that the Charlotte's is pulling her crippled legs behind her. It is at Roscrea that you will find Leap Castle. The fortress dates back to the 15th century. It was constructed by the O'Bannon family for the benefit of the O'Carroll ruling dynasty. An failed attempt at seizing the fortress was made by the Earl of Kildare in 1513. He returned to the fortress 3 years later and largely destroyed it in another assault. In 1557, the castle was reclaimed by the O'Carrolls. The castle's past is filled with tragic events. Among the O'Carroll family, there was a history of animosity and even bloodshed between brothers. While one brother was out officiating a mass for relatives, the other brother stormed in and slashed at him with a sword. The Bloody Chapel is the new moniker for the chapel where the priest formerly served. The marriage of members of the Darby family allowed them to inherit the castle. A possible justification for the arson during the Irish Civil War is that the rents were increased due to the castle's renovations and additions, according to historical accounts. A large portion of the land around the castle was also sold. While renovating the castle, workmen discovered a dungeon where individuals were confined to die. Spikes were at the base of the shaft. 3 cartloads of human bones were discovered when the dungeon was cleared out. The dungeon also yielded the discovery of a pocket watch. As of today, the dungeon is fenced off to prevent anybody from entering. Since 1991, Sean Ryan has bought the castle, and he is now restoring it to its former beauty via a series of renovations.